What's up everybody, Rob Ferretti here, and today's video is sponsored by Aquavelva. If you're not familiar with them, they are a 100-year-old company, so you should be, because your dad probably used them, your dad's dad used them, and your dad's dad's dad used them. That's a lot of dads. So it's rare that you can work with the same company that your great-grandfather was using. As an adult, we shave. A lot of things and side effects of shaving, irritated skin, ingrown hair, stuff along those lines. Their new Aquavelva 5-in-1 sensitive aftershave balm handles all of that, it addresses all that, it smells good, it feels good. I get approached by a lot of sponsors, and the fact that I had this sitting on my counter when they sent me the email made it an easy yes. Check them out in the description, aquavelva.com, and you can check out the product for yourself. Now to today's video. So what makes a detail worth $1,500? It was obviously a very polarizing video that they put up, because people are like, how could you spend that much? I would do it for this, I spend that. Let me explain very simply what makes a detail worth $1,500, $2,000, whatever it is. Detailing is all labor intensive. And it's the same thing as, I guess the best way to liken it would be, you want a professional to do a professional job. You hire professionals to do a professional job. When you get any job done, there's a range of somebody who's going to be the highest priced and the lowest priced. You generally get what you pay for. Now, if somebody is underpricing themselves, they get really busy and they bump their price. That's just what happens, and that allows the most skilled, most talented people to rise all the way to the top, and then they're in demand at the top at those peak rates. When it comes to something like the detailing a Ferrari, or I would never get a paint correction on a Toyota Corolla, but when it comes to something like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a Pagani or any of these like super high-end cars, the wrong detailer can do a lot of damage to the car. They can burn through the paint. There's all sorts of stuff they could do that completely devalues the car, because then you got to repaint a fender, you got to repaint whatever you have to do to fix that problem. It's very important that you hire a professional that you know is going to do a good, proper job. That's why Andy's able to charge so much. That's why he's always busy and he's always able to charge so much. Ammo NYC, Larry, that's why he gets these top rates. Top rates and paying for what you get for is just across the board. You can translate it over to restaurants. Why would you go to a restaurant for $250 a person or any of these things? The reason is because those chefs have worked their way up. They get the finest meats. I mean, you go meats, fish that costs, regular meat is $40 a pound. This meat's $4,000 a pound. Are you going to give that to the guy at Fridays to chop up and hope he does a good job? Probably not. You're going to bring it over to a Michelin-starred chef and allow them to slice through it, or a Japanese sous chef, I don't know, sous chef, wrong word, but like these sushi masters that people are known from around the world. Those are the guys that get these top quality cuts of meat and fish, and those are the guys that have a market of people that line up, not just like, hey, you just walk into that restaurant, a line of people, a wait list to go use their service and their product at that high price because they're known to be the best. You could do that in virtually any field. If you're the best in any field, you're able to sort of set your price because you are so in demand. Nobody is overly booked and they're like, well, whatever. You could bump your price. If you are worth something, you go out and you charge that amount of money that you are worth until people start saying, you know what, you're not really worth that much. And then your business will go down. There is that fine line and saturation point that you could do. Now, with paint correction, there is an industry standard for the top level guys, which is over $1,000. You're talking $1,000 to even maybe $3,000 for a detail. And I'm not going to get into these Pebble Beach Concours details that cost $10,000, $20,000. These all exist. These are real. So you have to keep that in mind. There are people that pay much more than you could ever imagine paying for a service because they have something that's so valuable. How do you detail a McLaren F1? Do you think they're just going and getting a bottle of Carnauba wax and rubbing it on? No. They're having a paint correction guy, or they're having these top-level guys come out there, and because there is so much risk, and these guys are fully insured, and if they do damage to the car or anything like that, which they shouldn't, they do have that backup, and there is that peace of mind that isn't go down to the local car wash and get the Ultimate for $150 and that's going to produce the same results. It's not. And that's what you're paying for. That's why details are $1,500 and that's why people pay for them. There is a line of people and there are so many exotic cars out there. There are troves of people that do this on a daily basis to all of their cars, to most of their cars, to some of their cars. I just do it out of necessity because I don't really take care of my cars as much as I should as far as getting them washed with any sort of high-end products. If my car's dirty, I run it through a car wash. It's a car, I go drive it, I get some rock chips, like even this one, unfortunately, was one of my cars. When you do clean them up, you see the rock chips on the front because I don't clear bra the whole car. I don't do any of that. I just drive it, I enjoy it. If I get a bunch of rock chips, I'll repaint the front and it'll look like new again. Like, that's how I roll. I hope that explains why detailing can cost so much, and it's very different. It's not that they're using different products. It's not that you're using different tools or different techniques. You are paying for the labor. You're paying for that guy who's not going to screw your stuff up. Doctors, another example. A lot of people will pay for that specialized surgeon in this specialized hospital. Why? Because if you go to just another guy who's a doctor who could probably read the manual and do that same surgery, you rather have the best, and people pay for the best. I'm very happy with the job I got. If you saw the before and after on this car, I just had Andy do half the door. Yeah, this is why you do this. This is why you go through this exercise, because that's how the whole car looks. The whole car is filled with those scratches all the way around. That's how I had it. And now the car looks like that. It's like two different cars. Just to see the stark contrast of what this car looks like before and after. And that's not to say throwing a little wax on it's not going to make it look okay, but this is how you do it. This is how you make it nice and smooth. He's going to have similar issues to me because it's a dark car, and John, the guy who bought it, also likes to drive it. So he'll have similar issues that it'll need to be corrected every couple of years, but such is life. That's part of the game. You're playing with cars. You want them to look nice, but you don't really go out of your way. You don't want to make it overbearing, and you don't want to tiptoe around your car, and you want to be able to park it in a parking lot without overly worrying about it. Cars are meant to be driven. I like driving them. And when they start to look a little ratty, you clean them up, you get back out there and enjoy. Hope that answers your questions, guys. Leave your comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.